What's up, YouTube? We are here today with our standard special series. Today we're starting with episode 2, talking about legacy uniques. What are legacy items in Path of Exile? So maybe you've played Path of Exile for a long time and you've collected a bunch of legacy uniques, and we're hoping maybe you'll learn something today that you didn't know before about something that you've got in standard that's worth a bunch. Or maybe you play Path of Exile just more recently, or maybe you played it years ago and you took a break and now you're back. Well, Standard Special is our series where we take a look at things in Standard, which is non-league specific items inside Path of Exile, and whether or not those items are worth anything, the changes that happen, and whether or not you can actually play Path of Exile in Standard and have any fun. We think that you can. So here, let's take a look at what is a legacy item. A legacy item is only available for a certain period of time because it basically was an item that came out during a league, and then it's either gotten modified or removed, read either buffed or nerfed or even totally deleted from the drop pool. So others have only been available through specific leagues or race seasons, and these items are now only attainable from players who possess those existing copies in Standard. So you can take a look right here. We're just looking at the Gamepedia wiki, just really easy. There's a bunch of info that's here about the Legacy League. The caveat is that the pages on the Wikia are not always perfectly accurate. Sometimes they take a while to get updated. So that's our little bit of a caveat here. So we'll take a look really quickly at some of the base items in our next episode. But again, just briefly going over what is a legacy item. It's something that's had nerfs or changes or simply been removed from the drop pool of the game. Now, depending on how you want to interact with the legacy item, there are some tricky scenarios if you want to start crafting on it. Why? Because most legacy items, when you use a divine orb or a blessed orb on it, will roll new numbers. So if you go out and you buy some really awesome, let's say Facebreaker, for example, let's say you're playing a Ancestral Warchief Shield Slam shield charge build, right? And so you're just running around and you're smashing stuff, and you want to buy a legacy Facebreaker because you want to do more damage with it, and you're playing in Standard. Well, you got to be careful because you can buy a legacy Facebreaker. Maybe that's not perfect, but if you want to try and improve the roll, you actually can't at this point in time. If you're using a divine orb or a blessed orb on it, it's actually going to roll it with the new numbers. It's not going to roll it with its legacy mod numbers on it. So don't waste your money on buying something that's legacy and then trying to roll it to where it's going to get perfect rolls. You may get perfect rolls, but the perfect rolls are going to be the perfect rolls that they are now, not the numbers when the item went legacy. So just be aware of that. Keep watching and check out our next video where we're going to take a look at the list of some of the items that have gone legacy throughout Path of Exile's storied and long traditioned gameplay.